ain't that a bitch? Listen. Listen. Ain't that a bitch? Listen. Ain't that a bitch?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ain't That a Bitch, brought to you by no one. Hey, here where I am unapologetic on anything I say, so you will never see me
ain't that a
take
bitch?
anything back. Everything I say, I meant. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no like Drew Sleeves where I'm apologizing for all the shit that I say. Mind you, I'm gonna try to keep out the cursing. You know what I'm saying? Because I want young kids to watch this as well. So excuse me for the first word that I said, but hey, I'm gonna try to contain it. Cut the theme music off. Now, her name is Darnella Frazier. Okay? I want you all to help me get this girl's name in the history books. Not only her, but the other two that was involved, and I still don't know their names. Now, Miss Frazier is a 17-year-old girl who recorded the murdering of Mr. Floyd. That was her video that she posted online. Not only should she be in the history books, as well as the other two people that were involved. It was the white lady, which I don't know her name. I think she was an EMT. Fact check me on that. And then the brother that you can hear in the background talking to the police, telling them he's saying that he can't breathe. Now, why do I feel that she should not only be in the history books, but she should all three of them should be compensated very well. I don't have the funds or the means to do that, so I'm reaching out to any or everybody that knows somebody's famous. You know what I'm saying? To break her off with a bag, man, as you young people say it, because she deserves that. Because from what I'm reading, she had to move because she's getting all sorts of death threats and other type of negative stuff, right? So for my people that's part of the news media, you know, one of these famous black actors or white actors or actresses or anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's famous, you know what I'm saying? Have them to reach out to that little girl and drop not only her, but the other two people that were involved. Have them to reach out to those folks and reward them. And I'm going to tell you why. Darnella, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but excuse me if I'm saying it wrong. Darnella Frazier should be holding the same status as Rosa Parks, right? Both of these ladies have similar actions. Rosa Parks, she did not know that she was going to become a history symbol that day that she got off of work. She got off of work, she got on the bus, she was tired, her feet hurt, and she refused to give her seat up to a white man. She didn't know that she was going to become part of history that day. She did not wake up and say, I'm going to become part of history that day. She did not know. Just as Miss Frazier and the other two people that was involved, they didn't know that they were going to become part of this movement. Now, if it wasn't for her tape, her video, I guarantee you none of this stuff would have happened, right? None of this stuff would have happened. Because there's something absolutely different about this murdering of an unarmed, handcuffed black man. You see, Mr. Floyd, and there's no disrespect to what I'm saying, is not the first or will never be the last black man that has been or is going to get killed by the hands of these cowardly ass cops, right? And when I say cowardly ass cops, I'm not talking about all cops as a whole, because we have seen some cops that had compassion. And I'm not just singling out white cops. I'm singling out black cops as well. Any other cops of any origin. Because myself, I've had run-in with cops, and most of them were black, and most of them, it seems like they forgot where they came from, and they hid behind that badge and that gun. So not only white officers, some white officers are racist, there are also some black officers that are racist, even against their own kind. But if it wasn't for her video, none of this stuff would have happened. So she should be held and have as much respect as Rosa Parks did. Now, you may say, or you may go on her Facebook page or Instagram account, and you may say, well, look at what she's doing and all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with this case. The case I'm trying to present. Just like what's up, Byron? Just like Mr. Floyd's criminal past has nothing to do with his death. And I told y'all this. I told y'all that they were going to bring his past up. Everybody has a past. I have a past. You have a past. Half the people that's watching has a past. Half the people that's watching has had some type of interaction with the police officer, whether it be negative or positive, right? So that doesn't matter. When Mr. Floyd was murdered by this man, he was not committing any type of arrestable act. A fake $20 bill that we don't know that was real or fake. And even if it was fake, it doesn't warrant the man being handcuffed, his arms placed behind his back. On one video, you see him, the officers shoving him up against the wall. You see another video with him sitting down on the ground. Then you cut to the video of him being forced on the ground with a knee on his neck. How did that happen? How did those three acts transpire to what's happening now? Now, what happened to this man, right? So, what's up, Denise? So, when I say that this young lady has changed, she has brought so much change. What's up? What's up, Sharon? This young lady has brought so much change to the world. And not only her, the other two people that were in that video has brought change to America. Now, for all you, especially Sharon, for all my teachers out there, we need to try to get this girl's name in the history books, because she is a big part of what's happened, right? You have to give this little girl credit, and I credit her parents as well. It does not matter what's on her Facebook page or what Instagram pictures she had posted in the past, because I know a lot of people are going to bring that topic up. And I've seen a few, but she's a kid. She's 17 years old. That's what kids do. They post little pictures on Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff. Adults do it too. But she had enough sense to sit up here and record the actions of what this murderer did, right? And now, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, is this girl is traumatized behind that because she videotaped 8 minutes of a last 8 minutes of a black unarmed man's life. It does not matter what Mr. Floyd did in his past. It did not warrant the killing of this man. And Miss Frazier and the other two people that was involved in making this video should be in the history books. If you know who I want this video to go to? Anybody that knows Roland Martin, because that's one of my idols, right? Anybody that knows T.I., that's one of my idols. Anybody that knows D.L. Hughley, that's one of my idols. Anybody that knows The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, that's one of my idols. Anybody that knows Tiffany Haddish, that's one of my idols. All these people that and even Kevin Hart, that's one of my idols. I'm not a real big fan of Kevin Hart, but the people that I named, Jamie Foxx too, right? The people that I just named, I wish that somebody watching this episode knows one of them and just ask them to get in contact with this little girl and the other two people that were in that video. If, like I said before, if I was a billionaire, all three of them would be living comfortably right now. I swear. If I was a billionaire, I would have gave them at least $10 million a piece, because $10 million is not even enough for them for what they did to this country. How they got everybody united. She should one day run for president. Miss Dozier, Miss Frazier, if you're listening to this, you have done a tremendous job. And the other two people that were there in that video, I don't know your names, but y'all have done a tremendous job. And from the bottom of my heart, and the rest of the people that was out there marching and supporting in a positive or negative way, I'm quite sure that I speak for them all, and we say thank you. Thank you. You have changed the world. You just do not know what the three of y'all have done. Because you got to remember, Mr. Floyd is not and won't be the last person to get killed on tape by the hands of a police officer, right? There's been deaths after all this protesting by officers. After Mr. Floyd's death, there has been continuation of officers murdering innocent black people. The barbecue guy, I don't know his name, but the guy that was feeding the police had now got a straight bullet from the police because the lady decided to shoot in a open crowd. Now, if that was either you or myself, we would have been locked up. But she is on administrative duty, so she's been laid off, but she's still part of the police force. So what I'm asking everybody that's watching this video, some of y'all may not take me seriously. Some of y'all, I know I curse, and I know I get on here and sometimes, run amok and act a fool sometimes, as y'all may perceive me. But this time I'm being as serious as I can. First, we need to know the other two people names that was involved in that video, because I want to give them credit. But Miss Darnella Frazier, this little girl, and I say little girl because I'm an old dude, and she's a few years younger than my daughter. So she's still a child to me, right? This little girl deserves for her name to be part of the history books. This little girl deserves some type of compensation for bringing this world together, right? Because her one video united people from all 50 states, across the ocean. She even got the Amish people to unite. When has the last time you seen one person do that other than Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and other black historical people back in the civil rights era? So what I'm saying to y'all, man, please get in contact. Please get in contact. Yeah, Jesus did also. Jesus did too. Now I'm simulcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. So I'm on a couple of different websites doing this podcast, or whatever you young kids call it today. And I want to say one more thing. And I'm not apologizing for this either. There was a gentleman that said something about when I did an episode a couple of days ago about defunding the police. And I wrote on there, you must be a Grand Wizard supporter. Because this is why I did that. Because when I read the statement back, he took everything that I said and thought I said that defunding the police meant getting rid of them. And I repeatedly said, that's not what it is, right? Now, he is a newcomer to the show, and he has the freedom to say anything that he wants. I didn't blast him. After I made my comment, I said, thank you for the comment, and please get them coming. Thanks for the love. At least you watched the video. Either you watched some of it or all of it or just a portion of it. At least you supported me that much. We can agree to disagree. But this is like a little side note. Defunding the police, and let me tell y'all, let me say it again. Defunding the police is not abolishing the police. They will never get rid of all the policemen. Because if they did, then it would be anarchy. Hopefully I said that right. But it would be mayhem across the border. It'd be like Mad Max out here. So defunding the police is not getting rid of the police. Defunding the police means that they're taking money and putting it to different resources that can better serve the community, like mental health, housing, education, things that the police are being caught on tape not handling in a proper manner. That's where they're talking about defund the police. Now, how they're going to fund the police, I don't know, right? I don't know how they're going to do that. But me, why should I pay my taxes and have portion of that my taxes to go to the city to pay police officers who disrespect the community that they work in, kill the citizens in the community that they work in? Why should you take money to be abused? If you want to take money to and get abused, then you should go to an S&M shop. You and your lady or you and your whoever should go to an S&M shop and get what y'all get and have some fun in the privacy of your own facilities. I'm trying to keep it PG, y'all. Because that's the equivalent of taxpayers paying money to the government that then allocate money to police departments for these type of issues. The riot gear and all that stuff given to them wasn't to beat up the peaceful protesters. That's not what the tanks and the riot gear and the pepper spray and all that stuff was not supposed to be used to try to infuriate riots or try to dominate peaceful protesters. Those funds and that equipment was supposed to be used to counteractive terrorism. Now I got somebody on Twitch. Thank you for watching on Twitch TV too. So, people, defunding the police, again, is not getting rid of the police. Defunding the police is putting money elsewhere to better the communities that the police are in that are not doing their job, right? You can't sit up here and tell me after you've seen videos, especially the Buffalo police, you can't sit up here and say that the police are doing their job. They're not. Not all of them. There are a few. Like I said, whenever I talk about the police, it's kind of hard for me because my man is a police officer. And his wife and him invites me and Shantae to Shantae, Mike, and Dot, and my man Quest, and he invites all of us, our little gaming community, he invites all of us to come to his house for his Christmas parties, right? Even though before I even met him, I had videos saying stuff about the police. He still watched that, and I'm quite sure his wife watched that too. But they took what I said, and they said, well, I'm thinking this. They took what I said and said, they might not agree with all of the stuff that I'm saying, but out of everything that I said, the guy sounds like a pretty decent guy. And this is like a rock of stuff that I said about the police. Now, I still feel that way about the police, but seeing the interactions that I had when I first went to his house, and I did not know he was a police officer, and the whole Christmas party was surrounded by cops, and everybody was, I'm talking about black, white, males, females. Oh, we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, if y'all want me to tell that story, I'll tell it at a later time. But that made me change my perception of what some officers, not all, some officers are. And there are a lot of good cops out there. There's pictures of the cop hugging the little girl, the white cop hugging the little girl. And even when that the Buffalo cops pushed that white man down, there was another cop that went back to try to help him. And I say that I think he was a good cop. And then he had another cop push him away, preventing him from helping the guy that fell. But again, if that was me and he pushed me and the other cop would have got into a verbal, loud argument, because that's something that you don't do. He's protesting. He's doing it peacefully, and then you want to violate the man. And that's why I said that defunding the police, that's what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Why you pay your tax dollars to go to the police department in order for them to disrespect and kill you? You want to pay for that? Go to an S&M shop. But getting back to the topic at hand, my folks, please share the post that I did earlier, or share this video. We need to get this girl. We need to get her name in the history books. We not only hold on. Not only Miss Frazier, Darnella Frazier, we need to get her name in the history books, and we need to get the other two people that was involved in that video in the history books as well. We need to get this girl's name out there, and the other two people that were involved, I do not know their name. I wish I did, but we need to get all three of these people some type of compensation, some type of bag, and some type of recognition, and they definitely need to go into the history books for bringing change to America. They got everybody. They got the Amish people. They got the Amish people to get out there and protest. Who did that besides Jesus? So y'all, please, I'm not going to keep this as a long video. It's just something I wanted to state. And then, YouTube is keep flagging me for my introduction. You know what I'm saying? I don't own the rights to that song, but it fits with the narrative of my platform. So that's why I use it, right? So I should just put I don't own the rights to this song in here, right? So they can stop flagging my video. Or I just come up with another musical intro, I do music production, but I mean, as you can see in the back, oh no, you can't see because I got it zoomed in. But I don't feel like creating a beat. So if a producer out there want to send me a beat that I can make for this intro, then you know what I'm saying, I appreciate it. I'll use it and I give you credit for it. But I tell you this, my goal one day is to become a YouTube influencer, that gets paid for what we do. As far as the gaming show, Mike and I, and then the other shows that I either produce or want to produce, get money in those people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do: video production, music production, and photography. My goal is to, get a bag off of that one day. If I ever do get a bag off for that one day, there's a couple of people that I'm going to break off some bread. Number one being my daughter. And after I get family members and, friends that stuck with me the whole way, people like Mike Thompson, Deborah Thompson, Kevin Thompson, and this is in no particular order. Ty McCrae, Lewis, who else? Go Michelle, my man Quest, my man Mark Stevenson, Elbow Media Studios, Stephanie Newark, because I know she has a cooking show that I'm trying to do after this pandemic is over with. Steph the Chef, y'all check her out. And a couple more other people. Stan, my man Stan the Man, my man Ant, my man Keith, a couple of more other partners I can't think of right now. If anything becomes of these episodes and shows and I get broken off a bag, man, these are the first people that I'm reaching out to. You know what I'm saying? To break them off something. And the other three that will be, I'm sorry to say last on my list, is Miss Frazier and the other two people that was involved in that video, because I think that they should be compensated for what they did, man. I applaud them. Look, I don't know you from an apple in the apple inside the grocery store. But what I can tell you is, sis, my brother, and that white girl. I appreciate what y'all did. I got so much love for y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for bringing this country, for getting this country together. Out of all this happened, this wouldn't have happened without the efforts of you three. Also, R.I.P. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, all these other senseless murders that happened. A lot of names are getting heard right now. But the person who started this was Miss Frazier. Y'all got to give that girl some credit, and y'all got to put her somewhere in the history books. Y'all got to. It's a must. It is a must. Get Roland Martin. Somebody get in contact with Roland Martin. Roland Martin, if you seeing this, hey brother, you are my idol. You are one of my idols, man. That's one of my role models right there. Again, if anybody knows Roland Martin, T.I., Tiffany Haddish, D.L. Hughley, Killer Mike, The Rock, Jamie Foxx, or even Kevin Hart, please, out of those names that I just gave y'all, please forward this to them and just ask them to watch the video. You can scrub through it, but the whole premise of this video is to get these three people names in the history book, starting with Darnella Frazier, who video had brought Mr. Floyd's killing to the front lines. And not only was Miss Frazier a part of history, but the other two that was in the video. The white lady, which I don't know her name, she was trying to get his post checked. And then the brother that was kind of the narrator of the situation. And with all that, also George Floyd's daughter. His daughter. The most important out of all of this, his child. His child should get some type of compensation for seeing her father brutally murdered by the hands of a police officer. She's going to have issues till the day she leaves this earth. She's going to have issues. Because as a young child, to see that and see your parent taken away from this earth, because of that, she's going to have a lot of trust issues. She's going to have a lot of issues, and those issues may cause her to go down a path that she shouldn't go down. But it's understandable because of what she's going through. Hey, look, get in contact with these people. Please send them this video. I don't want nothing out of this. I don't want no money. I'm not trying to make no money on the side. Hey, look, I'm struggling just like everybody else to pay my bills just like everybody else. I'm struggling myself, right? If anybody was to donate money to me, I would split it up between those people that I heard. So I'm not in this for no profit. I think of other people's before I think for myself. Think of myself. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a opportunity for me to cash on and stuff like that. I want those three people and Mr. Floyd's daughter to be comfortable for their rest of their life. Don't worry about me, man. I can get by on $1. You feel me? I want them to become financially stable, and I want that little girl, Miss Frazier, and the two other people that was involved in that videotape. I want them to be in the history books. If there's a way that I can do it, I don't know no big celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I'm related to one, but I really doubt that he would do anything because I have no type of conversation with him. But please get this little girl's name out there. Please get this little girl name in the history book. We got to. We owe it to her. I demand that it happens. And the closest person I can get to is probably Roland Martin. I would love to come on your show, brother. I would love to come on your show. I won't do the cursing and all that other stuff that I do on here. I just want to state my claim and try to get this little girl the credit that she deserves. So if anybody knows Roland Martin or D.L. Hughley or the other people that I've mentioned, please get them in contact with me, man, so I can go on their platform to voice my opinion. Their platform is much bigger than what I have. I'm just a little grain of sand that's sitting on the beach. That's all I am. So I'm really nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But if I went on their platform, if I went on the Roland Martin show or the D.L. Hughley show, or just Kevin Hart say Freddie Young, he said this, that, and the other. Hey, look, man, I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. All my info you can find on Facebook. You can message me and all that other stuff, man. Please get me in contact with these people so I can get this little girl the recognition that she deserves. And also the other two people that was involved in the situation, right? Because the murder of Mr. Floyd would not have gotten the attention, and I don't mean any disrespect, if it wasn't for Miss Frazier video and the comments that was made by the other two people that were in that video. They have brought a change to this country that we have not seen in decades. They have brought a movement to this country that we have not seen in decades. So we owe it to them, right? We owe it to them. And I want to say I appreciate everybody who watched on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, but Facebook and Twitch and YouTube and Periscope, because I'm multi-streaming on all of these. I appreciate everybody that's watching on that. Somebody has to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows this person. Just please get me in contact with these folks so I can voice my opinion on their platform and try to get this girl in the history book. Because the one person I know that would do it is Roland Martin. That brother, you my idol, man. When I grow up, I want to be just like you, brother. You understand? But that's it. I'm going to let y'all go. Hey, look.
Ain't that a bit?
Ain't it?
Listen.
Look, you want to talk about you today that you died, and there's nothing that you do about it, right? So if I have said anything that offended you, upset you by any way,
ain't that a bit?
Guess what? You be alright. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace and love. Thanks everybody for watching.
Ain't that a bit?
I'll holler at you later.